Shalom, family. Shalom. Glory be to God and blessed be the Lamb. Hope your day's been less, less than troublesome. Hopefully you had a peaceful day. I know that's rather hard if you wanted us or if you wanted them at this point or stage in the game. It's rough out here. You know what? Every now and then we see rare things that ain't been seen in a long time. You be Some of you have even asked, where are these things? Why haven't we seen them in a long time? Where did they go? Did they run away? Did they die off? Did they move away? Were they abducted, maybe? Maybe even kidnapped and ferreted away to some foreign land to work in the dungeons of some foreign king? Who knows where they went? All we know is we don't see them. They're like a whatnot, a novelty. When that's the experience that we have when we do see one. They're like a novelty. Just north of a curiosity. Hmm. I live in a predominantly, overwhelmingly, predominantly minority neighborhood. I am a candidate for office in this neighborhood, born and raised in this neighborhood. I've already given you two capacities in which I will be speaking in tonight. Here is a third, the truth, the light, which is dangerous. But back to this rare thing I seen. In the middle of the neighborhood I grew up in which this species of I forgot something. Preliminary matter. Good white people, this is one of these times that you have to put your fingers in your ear, go to humming, turn your music up. You're going to hear it anyway, but you know how we do this here. We show no mercy. Like I told you before, my white brother, you have to separate or talk to your other brother to bring him into line with how both you and I think, or he will die. So separate. That way you won't have to witness the carnage. With that being said, I seen a white guy at one of my favorite gas stations pulled up at the same time I did in one of those fancy cars. He was dressed in, shall we say, beige, as if beige khakis look like beige desert combat boots, a beige jacket, brandishing a sidearm. What was that anyway, guy? A 40 cal or a 45? Brandishing a sidearm. And just as I pulled up, and just as he flinched, just as the demon inside of him flinched, he tapped on it. It was like he wanted me to see. He wanted my eyes to go from his hand or follow his hand to his weapon, which, as I am programmed to do, I did. So, this is just a hypothetical. This is just one scenario. From beginning to end. First, let us ascertain what you're angry about. White man not from here who brandishes gun. What are you angry about? Have your anger become actionable? Because you have to understand, in my district where I live, when we see white boys with with guns being because of our horrific nature and the nature of you at its essence, which is that of a mass shooter, always looking for soft targets, people you can shoot down unarmed who ain't normally shooting back at you. Those right there. See, we have to wonder. You don't live here, so you can't be under threat if you don't live here. We go through interactions of, say, 300 to 400 or 1,000 a day, and we never see a black man or a Mexican or anybody else carrying a sidearm without a badge, no doubt. You aren't the police, are you? No, I think you take offense at what has been said, and you dress yourself up like G.I. Joe in the hopes of intimidating me, or maybe my brethren, or my neighbors, and they don't even like me very much either, but all the same. Was that the reason why you did that? If I am wrong, correct me. And you should do it soon. You really do need to correct me. Because I couldn't help but notice, like I said, how the demon on the inside of you flinched. Oh, he there. He was most certainly there. Mm-hmm. So, which one of the audios, or which one of the statements I made that offended you, or your organization, or your white privilege as a white man who dresses up like G.I. Joe with sidearms on his side, ready to shoot anything that... And what are the rules? What are your rules of engagement anyway? If I ask you for some spare change and you say, get away from me, and I ask you twice, do you now draw your weapon? I mean, what are the rules of engagement? If you're brandishing a sidearm, you must be under threat. So under threat, you have to have rules of engagement, sir. What are your rules of engagement? We need to know, because right now it looks like you're sharpening for soft targets, easy targets. And I hate this term personally, blacks and browns, but there you were amongst the blacks and browns. And none of the blacks and browns have sidearms. You do understand why, right? Because we don't believe any of us are gonna mass shoot us down like dogs, when we have the evidence that you have done so innumerable times in the last 5 years. You have whacked up in America alone at least a couple of thousand by yourself, sometimes 23 to 38 at one shooting. So you think that we should not think that you are there to kill us, or to case the joint and kill us later, or to intimidate me or them into believing that we should shut the fuck up. So what did I say that offended? Was it about the AFF? I still don't really know what you are and who you are, and I don't give a fuck who you are. Did you not get the memo? Now this is where I speak in my official capacity. Right here. Right here. Okay? You know what that capacity is? You would think of it as God. That capacity. Sir, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. You have a history dating back in this country alone of 500 years of nothing but mayhem, running amok, stealing, murder, rape. And you think that you should have the right to walk around amongst civilized people that don't have such histories in their community where, wow, and brandishing a sidearm for it to be seen. Why, let me ask you a question. Why did it have to be seen? What is it about you guys that's not the police who carry sidearms on your waist? Why do you want everyone else to know that you are armed? What is that shit for? What is that shit really for? Because, see, I feel like when I see this type of thing, I almost feel like now that forces me to have to level up. That means I got to drive around ready to go, which I don't do. But now seeing you in the hood and 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 camouflage and khaki camouflage fit for the desert with brandishing a black sidearm. So, because it could have been beige, it could have been camouflaged also, but no, you want to be seen. Okay then. So now am I forced to ride ready to go? Cause you may be looking for a soft target. Sir, you have to understand. You do it all the time. First you drive around and you case the joint. You know who makes groceries rare. The racial makeup of the patrons of the gas stations and the stores. You are usually not a resident of that community, and you're not, sir. In no way. I don't smell none of us on you. No, you from somewhere else. And you had to pick that one as I drive in to make sure that you walk by me with it. Now, that's just a hypothetical. It could have all been coincidence, but I got to stay on top of my shit just in case. Just in case. Don't do that again. And then I think he drove away in a Cadillac Escalade SUV. Sir, I know you got money. Nigga, you ain't, get the fuck out of here. Dress up and play goddamn GI, the fuck Joe, and then drive away in a fancy man's car. You get the fuck out of here. You ain't no motherfucking soldier. You ain't real. But anyway, don't do that no more. Don't do that no more. At the very least, I'm going to follow your ass and I'm going to call the fucking police. Okay? Because you're casing us. Was you trying to intimidate me? Or here's the other hypothetical, which could be you are just a scared little man that's really half a man, and you only feel like a man when you put the other half a man on. A gun, a pistol. Now you're a whole motherfucking man. Now, all of a sudden, you're a whole white man walking around amongst the natives, knowing that I've already raped and pillaged and killed and murdered and stolen. And they better not say shit. Why? Because I got my trusted six-shooter. Well, sir, I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that, but it's still bullshit. And I would admonish you again, the fucking capacity that I'm speaking in. If I am the target, you should understand, I strike back. I don't need no gun, sir. All I need is a memory of your motherfucking ass and the offense that you've made. So if it is the AFF that is offended, stay offended. If it is the Jew that is offended, or APAC, stay offended. If it is the devil worshiper, or the atheist, or the disbeliever, stay offended. Gird yourself for battle. That would be my advice to you. Gird yourself for battle and understand what our rules of engagement is. So we're going to act as though that didn't happen. You just stepped outside of yourself for just that moment. And you forgot where that Cadillac Escalade actually parks at. A big, nice-ass house with AC and food in the fucking refrigerator. Extra food. With all the bills already paid. You should remember that. Remember what you love the most, sir. Remember what you love the most when you're dealing with us at this level. Do you still not know who I am? Or do I have to show you? If I am forced to make an example of you, I will. I will. So we're going to act like you just had to use the bathroom or had to have that drink or that pack of cigarettes, and you have been driving for miles to get to FBI training camp or the CGPP 3-4 training camp, and you were thirsty and had been driving for miles, and you had to pick this specific gas station to walk up in, and me driving up is just happenstance, pure happenstance. Then we good. Then we good. But don't forget, we know you as a killer and a rapist. Okay? Always keep that in mind. We have never seen you bring us anything. Whenever we see you, you come to take either our bodies or our resources, one or the other. So when we see you, that's what we think. When you walk around like that, we see you as a possible mass shooter. Why wouldn't we think that? Which one of them of the mass shooters have dressed in normal street clothes? No, these bastards show up dressed. I mean, they are dressed for the kill show with vest, tactical gear, extra guns. Sir, you look like them. You look just like them, but with not quite the temerity. Else you wouldn't have flinched when I tried to make eye contact, and you done everything you could not to look a grown-ass man in the eyes as a grown-ass man. I lost 50% of my respect for you right there. Immediately it was gone. As gone as that black Cadillac Escalade that was speeding down South Victory, westbound. So, that leaves us with 3 different arguments, man. You know what, for the sake of you and yours, and in memory of all that you have done and what you ain't done yet, we gonna act like you just had to pee. You just had to have that cigarette, and you just was not having it. You had driven a long time. You had to have that bottle of water right there and now. But understand how we see you. Or do we have to start riding around ready to go? Huh? Ready to go. Now that's me talking to you as a common citizen. But the other side of me is talking to you in a whole different motherfucking way. And you need to listen. We are in no mood to tolerate the likes of you. Have not you been paying attention as to what's going on? Do you love yourself? Do you love yourself? So, if you want me to understand that we are the dun 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 dun, and if you offend us, we will send some dun 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 dun. Well, now we're on the same motherfucking page. But understand, I'm not gonna just kill you. See, it's a shame that you make us say these kinds of things. I'm gonna kill everything around you too. Okay? Now I know this is astounding because wait a minute. My social position is being attacked. Oh no, you have no more social position. Sir, we know you as a domestic terrorist, for the most part, and a schemer, and the plotter, and the thief, and the liar, and quite currently, quite complicit in the genocidal maniac of the Palestinians, as you, sir, happily ship them weapons to be massacred by. What do you want us to say? That you're not a threat? You, sir, should view yourselves from here on out as an existential threat to all things that don't look like you. If you look at yourselves properly, then you won't make such mistakes that might just get somebody hurt. See? That's your problem. You still won't accept who you are. You are what you are. A threat to peace and love and unity and harmony everywhere. You get it now, sir? You get it. Okay. So we're not, no, yeah, there's 7 of us. And see, right now, one of them is just saying, you know what, let's show him right now. I am telling you, let's show him right now. Let's show him right now. He thinks that he can drive out out of our view, hear our voice, and not get got. We can get you tonight or by morning. They'll call it something else, of course. But all the same, you won't be breathing. So please, if I'm wrong, then I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. But like I said, I see at least 5,000 people a month, give or take, with my own eyes, comings and the goings and the drivings and the stoppings, shit, and the eatings and the restaurants. I see at least 5,000 to 6,000 people a month. I ain't seen one that's not the police packing a gun on their side, even though this is the type of state that you can do that. I still don't see them do it. Why, sir? Maybe because they're more fucking peaceful than you. Maybe they love life more than you. I don't know what it is. I don't know what that is. But all of them ready for a fist fight on any given day. All of them is cocked and ready to go on some road rage fist fight shit. This Houston, I haven't seen it. But rarely do we see you. So if you're gonna visit, then be a good visit. I mean, be gracious. Shit, cover the weapon up. You had enough shirt and enough jacket to cover the weapon. That let me know that you wanted to be seen. The more I think about it, the more I see a hoe ass nigga. You are just a hoe ass nigga. I rarely waste this many words on a hoe ass nigga anyway. But you're dangerous because you come draped in white skin. And if you pull it off, they're going to say that you was mentally ill. Having a bad day. I feared for my life. He asked me for 50 cents twice, and I told him to get away from me, and then he lunged at me. He lunged. Well, see, here's the problem. I know somebody whose entire method of mobility exists of nothing but shakes and jerks and lunges. That's it. And by your rules, he'd be dead. Plus, he don't really speak your language. He would look like to you something that's gonna fondle your wife or something. Yet he could be harmless as hell. The point I'm trying to make is no one's gonna do anything about it because of the skin you wear. Because you're white. So all of these things come into one big calculation, sir. One big calculation. Remember that. Things have changed. And we're watching you. And that other guy behind you. And probably all your neighbors. You no longer have such authority, sir. You do have the authority to murder and maim and rape and kill and maintain things through the barrel of a gun. You do have that. You do have that. You have taken that right. Ain't nobody else willing to deal with you because they don't really want to murder you at the rate that you murder them. But sir, understand, please, I am not them. And I have the power to kill your ass in very large numbers. Shut up, mind your affairs, be a good visitor. Didn't say hi to nobody. Walked out with his head down. I mean, man, go ahead. You were full of fear that day. Now, when I look back on it, you were full of fear then. Get the hell out of here. Shit. You and your fearful self packing a pistol while you are full of fear. Get the fuck out of here, man. You shouldn't be here. And you didn't come in peace. Nope. You didn't come in peace at all. I can detect it on you. You didn't come friendly. You came to threaten. Like, Maybe I should be afraid of a 6 foot, a 6'3" fatted white boy, well fed and packing a sidearm with combat boots and khakis. Nigga, you know how many times my damn people have looked at the bottom of your boot? We can tell you everything about the bottom of your boots. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? Know what you're dealing with. Stay off the radar. Stay off the radar. Okay? That will be your only warning. If you're offended, then you're going to be offended more. If you are a racist, then we're going to kill you. Racist means you hate others to the point that you are willing to continuously cause nothing but turmoil upon this planet because you have refused to be equal with anybody else by threat of violence, like you tried to represent this morning. You see how it all adds up? So don't do that again. Unless we will, let's just say we will respond. And we don't respond with threats or warnings. You will get no warning, and we will make no threat. Okay? See, when you flip out and you lose your mind, lose it by yourself. Because, see, here's what I know. If I walked up and say Woodlands Mall with dreadlocks and a 45 caliber ACP tactical and a holster on my side, what you think happens next? What you think happens next? Here's what happens. Someone calls the police or I get gunned down. I get gunned down. I got a right to carry and I got a certificate and everything in my wallet and I still get gunned down. Never drew my weapon. I might get gunned down. And at the very least, the police is going to come and say, hey, you know, this the South. It's some kind of variation. Where you going? Hell, I'm going Christmas shopping. That thing loaded? Why would I carry an empty gun? Is yours loaded? Shit, yeah, it's loaded. Step outside and let me talk to you. Shit, for what? What he really saying is that you nerved them up. Everybody in here scared because they see a weapon on a black man. Who is the black man? The people who they have traditionally earned the right to lose their life at his hands. That's why they nerved up. That's why they scared. Not that he's going to do it or have done nothing wrong or, have any intention of doing anything wrong. So we have to even live with your guilt. With your guilt. And this manifests itself in all kind of ways. Like that one. Like that one right there. Right here in the good old outskirts of Houston. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. But you feel the right that you can come into the black community without being the police officer and walk around with a sidearm in the midst of the black and brown community. SIC, hate that term. Hate the term, but it keeps shit short. And no one even calls the police. What kind of privilege is that? A man who has a history of killing a whole bunch of people, not just a history, but recent history. He's doing it right now. And nobody calls a goddamn popo. The man walking around brandishing a goddamn side of amongst his enemies and the people he hates, and none of y'all call a popo? Maybe you should call the popo next time. But, sir, like I say, we're going to end this whole thing. I think you get the message. You drive a nice car. I can smell the leather in it. I could, I'm like, I mean, it's clean. Isn't man? Congratulations. It's showroom condition. Hard to see a man such as yourself stepping out of it. It's not too rugged. So you look like G.I. Joe, who don't never want to die. Yet I have a gun on my side, but I don't never want to die. Everywhere I go, I might have to use it, so I have to show it to cause fear and fucking consternation in the people around me so they know that I will shoot them. I will defend myself. Whew. Man, have a drink. Whatever you do as a hobby, besides shoot people and threaten them, do that shit. See, the whole thing is you believe, and I know that some white folks believe this. You think that I'm just another uppity nigga. That's what you think. No, that ain't what you think. Yes, it is. No, it ain't. I'm confused because you know that I will kill a whole lot of you. Are you mad about that? Did you think that you could be a racist and hang people and get away with it forever? That's an act of war. So the retaliatory strike came. And there's more if you keep acting up. If you don't accept your fate, we'll speed things up. We shall speed things up. Okay? There will come a time I will target you as individuals by name. I'm just telling you this right now. Right now we're working on groups. But what the group thing miss, the individual list will contain. Nobody gets away. Not even you, sir. See, now you've been seen by the whole world. Now you've been seen like an idiot. Like an idiot. Trust me, you already on somebody's radar. Be careful, sir. you already on somebody's radar. They don't tolerate some of the stuff I do. You'll see. You might have your chance to use that sidearm yet in your defense. Keep living. And there's more where that comes from. We're going to destroy America as you know it. If you have exhibited the character traits of raping and pillaging and blah, 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 then we're probably, in all likelihood, guaranteed to kill you and yours. So you should do whatever you have to do right now to survive, be it make war or make prayer. The choice is yours. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, folks. I am Source. I am 7. I am 1.